I'm Dian Pawitri Ayu. Welcome to my channel. On this video, I would like to tell you about input and interaction in social context of second language acquisition. What is social context? Social context is learners' understanding of their own and others' roles as members of groups or communities with socio-political as well as linguistic bonds. As learners, we have to know the social and cultural knowledge embedded in the language being learned. Social context is divided into two. The first is microsocial and the second is macrosocial. Microsocial deals with the potential effects of different immediately surrounding circumstances, while macrosocial relates SLA to broader cultural, political, and educational environments. Input and interaction belongs to microsocial. In input and interaction, it is considered how native speakers often modify their language in communicating with second language learners, how social and cultural factors may affect the quantity and quality of input, and how cultural knowledge and prior experience are involved in processing and interpreting input. Researchers also consider input as data for essentially innate linguistic and cognitive processes in determining what features of language are learned. On the other hand, from a social perspective, interaction is seen as essential in providing learners with the quantity and quality of external linguistic input. Nature of input modifications. In speech, the modified variety is called foreigner talk. Foreigner talk is a simplified version of language that is sometimes used by native speaker when addressing non-native speaker as long as the non-native speaker can understand. Characteristics of foreigner talk: simple vocabulary using high-frequency words and phrases, long pauses, slow rate of speech, careful articulation, low volume, stress on keywords, simplified grammatical structures, topicalization, topic at the beginning then a comment about it, more syntactic regularity, retention of full forms. Next, written modification. Modification of written input for second language learners includes controlled vocabulary and shorter, simpler sentence structure. In written academic texts, modifications meant to help second language students understand what they read are essentially the same as those used in textbooks for native speakers of English. These are the characteristics of written modification. First, frequent organization markers such as headings and linking devices. Second, clear topic statements. Third, highlighting of key terms and inclusions of synonyms and paraphrase. Fourth, bullet or numbered list of main points. Fifth, elaborations of sections which require culture-specific background knowledge. And the last, visual aids such as illustrations and graphs. Nature of interactional modifications. Many second language learners acquire some level of competence without interacting with speakers of the target language. They acquire language subconsciously from any kind of media such as movie, music, and book. There are some kinds of interactional modification. First, repetition. Repetition by native speakers allows non-native speakers more time to process the utterances and becomes an opportunity to confirm or correct perception. Second, paraphrase. Paraphrase by native speakers allows non-native speakers to cast a rider net for words they recognize and may increase their vocabulary store. Next, expansion and elaboration. Expansion and elaboration by native speakers provides models of relevant utterances which may exceed non-native speakers' ability to produce the utterance. After that, sentence completion and frame for substitution. Sentence completion and frames for substitution provides non-native speakers with words or chunks of language from native speakers which they can use in subsequent turns of talk. Then there is vertical construction. Vertical construction allows native speakers to construct discourse sequences beyond their current independence. Comprehension check and requests for clarification. Comprehension checks and requests for clarification by native speakers emphasize non-native speakers' attention on segments of sentences which are unclear. It also informs native speakers if repetition, paraphrase, or additional background information are required. Other types of interaction which can enhance SLA as feedback from native speakers, which makes non-native speakers aware that their usage is not acceptable in some way. There are two kinds of feedback. The first is direct correction using explicit statement which is related to grammar and usage, and the second, indirect correction using implicit statement to give stimulus. In giving indirect correction, there are some things that native speakers usually do. First, comprehension check or request to mean that the non-native speaker's utterance was incorrect. Second, raising intonation questions by native speakers to indicate that the non-native speaker's utterance was wrong. And the last, paraphrase of a non-native speaker's utterance by native speakers to say the same thing without overtly suggesting that an error has made.